Hey everybody, Mark Lukia here from Redline Conditioning, and in this video I'm going to go over the second stage of the SOFAST test for BC Sheriffs. And the second stage is going to be the beep test. So when it comes to the beep test, in order to pass, you either have to hit level 6 or level 6.1, depending on if you miss a beep or not. Now when it comes to the audio, you want to make sure that you're using the right audio. And the one that you want to search for can actually be found on YouTube. So just to show you real quick before I go through the full demonstration, or at least a full walkthrough, this right here is what you want to look for, and I'll try to put the link in the description as well, but it's the beep test audio full. All right, now I'm not going to go through the entire beep test as of yet, but basically I just want to demonstrate what to expect and how you want to try to time everything when it comes to the beep test. So I'm just going to hit start here on the audio. The multi-stage fitness test will start in 5 seconds. So hopefully you're able to hear that. And usually it's going to start off with, well, actually you'll hear it. So you can hear it starts with that triple beep and a person saying level 1, 1. Level 1, 2. And so what you want to do is make sure that you get to the end right at the beep or before it. Ideally, you want to time it at the same time, so that once I get to the end, I have to wait very little time, and I can get straight to the next one. So as you can see, it doesn't start off very quick. It's a very easy pace. So you want to be at an easy pace. Again, when you hear the beep, that's when you go. If you make it to the end before the beep, just stay at the end. So for the first stage, there's usually 7 laps or 7 shuttles. Start level 2, 1. And when you hear that triple beep and the guy saying start the next level, you go right away. So usually you hear those beeps for each shuttle, and when you make it to the next level, you're going to hear that triple beep and the gentleman saying level 3 or level 4, whichever one it may be. See, now that I'm on level 2, I'm going to have to pick up the pace just a little bit more. But I'm still trying to time my speed with the beep so that I wait for very little time once I get to the end. Now, something that you also want to think about when you're doing these beep tests is your positioning at the end. If you'll notice, as I'm getting to the end, I'm already trying to turn my body to allow myself to go for the run right off the bat. So you don't want to be getting to the end and facing away, because then you have to do a full turn, a full 180. So as you get to the end of the beep, you make sure you're already trying to turn your body, turn your feet, to allow yourself to go the opposite way. So I'm just going to stop it right there. So again, for BC Sheriffs SOFAST, in order to pass the test, you got to get to level 6 or 6.1. So if you happen to miss a beep, let's say I'm running and I get to this point and the beep goes off, I still have an opportunity to try to catch up for the next beep. So as soon as I touch here, I gotta haul my butt all the way to the end to make sure I try to catch up to that beep. If I do, then I keep on running, and that means I have to then get to level 6.1. Now, if you don't miss any beeps, once you're at level 6, you're good, you're passed. But if you miss a beep, you gotta get to 6.1. If you miss 2 beeps of the beep test, that is it. Your test is, you failed that stage of the test. So when you're practicing the beep test, it's very important that you learn the pacing from one level to the next. So again, remember, as you get from one to the next, it's going to get faster and faster and faster, but you still want to try to time your run to finish at the end of the cone, right as the beep is hitting or shortly before that point. Now the distance between two cones is about 20 meters. If you have a measuring tape, highly suggest using a measuring tape to lay it all out. If you happen to be at a track that's well marked, just find a spot where it's going to be about 20 meters apart. Otherwise, if you just want to try to do something quick and dirty, you can just count the number of steps for the distance. It is going to be dependent on each person though, so just to give a bit of context, for myself, if I were to lay 20 meters, it's about 28 and a half steps for me to put about to have that 20 meter distance. And further context, I'm about 5'5", 5'6" in height. Again, that is the number of steps it takes me to lay out 20 meters. Otherwise, if you want to be as accurate as possible, get a measuring tape, lay out 20 meters, and stick cones or markers on either end. Otherwise, if you're at a well-marked track, find a spot on the track where it is 20 meters apart. If you happen to be perhaps maybe on a football field, that is roughly, trying to do the math real quick in my head here, it's going to be a little bit more than 20 yards. I think it's like around 21 and a half yards, almost 22 yards. So that's another option as well if you have that option. Otherwise, if you have nothing really to measure it, or at least nothing quick to measure with, you can always take your steps. Again, I take about 28 and a half steps for myself, but I do stand about 5'5", 5'6", so do things accordingly for yourself. If you do have any questions about this, please leave a comment below or feel free to email us at redlineteam@rlconditioning.ca.